Hello, good evening, everyone. Let's start with the next trial segment for Chapter 3, Apollo Justice. July 10th, 9:45 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Well, this is it. Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. This meeting's over. Sorry. Tart Tizzle, thank you for the follow. Yeah, we got Wargura's big brother here. He's still mad sus. Lamara already recognized his voice when the shooting occurred, and then it seemed like we had Mahi ready to talk, and then he just comes in and drags him away. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call him back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving. Darian, wait! I never liked you. Either of you. Huh? Darn it, we were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo. He didn't want us to hear what Mahi had to say. Yeah, we got some sort of, conspiracy around this cocoon. It's supposedly the silk from it has medicinal properties, but it's forbidden from leaving the country, and smuggling is punishable by death. What's up with that? And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. What? What the hell? He is heard but unseen. Who's that talking? Oh. Valen Grammary. Using the door like an average muggle, no less. You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valen? A preposterous proposition. How could I stand to stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets would be free for the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day. Oh, with vanishing magic? Indeed. I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning. Warning? What? A grand grammary glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. A glamour? A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell. There he goes. He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. The big illusion's always a spectacle to remember. Usually it rounds cutting up things like elephants or the Eiffel Tower, anything really. So he was talking about what we saw at the concert. The vanishing trick, then. That's going to play a pivotal role in this. I thought it would. But we still haven't really figured out how it was pulled off, have we? Amra's disappearing act. And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. I wonder what he meant by it being the root of all that's happened. Well, it's about time. Shall we go? Excuse me, sir. Yes? The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience. Huh? Did something happen? This is a first. Yeah. It was by the judge's request, some urgent personal business. Great, I'll bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. Oh, that's right. Didn't he say the hospital? I believe it was mentioned the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Yeah, that's right. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning. The Chief Justice's son. Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the trial. There's an article about it in the newspaper. If you care to read about it yourself. Oh. Oh, is this going to be important? Wait a second. The cocoon, it said its silk has medicinal properties. I wonder... Incuritis. Where have I heard that? But Oh, I'll bet there's a connection somewhere. I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guide page to me. Trying to loot the page with the funnies if you can. Okay. My apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of, how do you say his name again? Mahi Tobai, our suspect fortissimo. Right. It's his trial in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to rock. Is something wrong, Your Honor? No, well, yes. It's just... I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time. Incuritis, was it? That article said there's no known cure. Head Judge, let me say with all honesty, I feel your pain. Let's take a closer look at it. Oh, it doesn't really say. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law. Indeed. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday. Yeah. I asked Interpol about that number, IPXX314206. The agent registered under the number was Romain Latouche. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It was a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Yep. Wait. That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. It was him? That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. No way! Again, we still have a problem, and that's the fact that he has an airtight alibi. He was on stage when the murder happened. He has, like, countless witnesses for that. Who would have thought Darian would guest star in the season cliffhanger as a suspect? I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings. Darian Crescent is a member of my band, the Gavineers. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet, after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges. And your reason is? Yeah, I think he's going to get into it right here. Weren't you aware, Herr Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi. An alibi? Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Gavineers ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took center stage. Right. The only performers appearing were myself, Lamera, and Mahi, along with a drummer and bassist. for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the 3rd set. Lamara and the defendant, Mahi Tobai, had left the stage at that point, and the Gaviniers were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Skye, mind you. And Apollo, you heard them too, right? I sure did. Furthermore, Lamara herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime, when she claims to have heard Mr. Latouche and Detective Cresson talking. But that's impossible. Detective Cresson was... Precisely. Detective Cresson was on stage, getting his groove on, no less. Voila. A perfect alibi. Does the defense have anything to add to this? It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up. It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darian Cresson's alibi has been acknowledged. Which means that Lamara was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true. Very well. Of course, if we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections. Oh, Apollo, if he declares a verdict now... but Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lamara might have been lying to protect Mahi. However, how can I rely on her testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in the detention center? About the case? What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Latouche's death? This meeting's over. Darian? Right. Mahi was trying to tell us something. I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him, under oath. Very well, the court finds the defendant, what was his name again? Your Honor. No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquis or Mr. Justice. Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I'd like you to call another witness. Exactly who else do you need to hear from? A witness who until now has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. You don't mean... I do. The defense calls defendant Mahi Tobai to the stand. What? But he doesn't speak English. We'll use an interpreter. Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases, such as I love you and where's the toilet? The defense would like to request Lamara as the interpreter. Lamara? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant. But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie? This is most unusual. Bravo, Herr Forehead. Herr Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lamara lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that. Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal. Finally, some progress. Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lamara to the witness stand. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Well, I mean, the very first game had us cross-examine a parrot, so this shouldn't be too unusual. Your name to begin with, if you would, Lamara. Yes. He says Mahi Tobai, the defendant. This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really needed an interpretation of that message in particular. So far, so good. Very well. Mr. Justice, if you would. If I would what, Your Honor? Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about? What do I want him to testify about? I hadn't thought that far yet. Apollo? Aren't you going to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday? How can I if I don't know what he was saying? Excuse me, a moment, if I might speak? Yes, Lamora? Just now, Mahi said there's something about he wishes to testify. Mahi wants to testify about something. What could it be? What sort of testimony is he talking about? One moment, please. The suspense is killing me. What? What? Well, Lamora? According to Mahi, he has proof of his innocence. What? This is a surprise. Yahoo! Victory, Apollo! We did it! This is sounding too good to believe, and I know what that usually means. Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony. Mahi, please testify to the court. Very well. This better be good. He says that word of Mr. Latus's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, that is, he could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. I see. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely. I wondered what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask Lamora to know the meaning of that song. Lamora, did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him? I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked. Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Lamora might be protecting the witness. That is very possible. Well, anyway, let us proceed with the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would. Yes, Your Honor. Something's hidden in that testimony. I know it. I just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. It worked yesterday, it'll work today. Alright, we have to look for that again. This Latus's word came as a great shock. If the killing wait. Let's try pressing first. Were Mahi and Mr. Latus close? Yes, after we traveled around the world on tour together. Lamora, this is Mahi's cross-examination, not yours. But I knew the answer. This is a court of law. We'll play by the book. I understand. And Prosecutor Gavin's tough. He's really tough. Mahi says he was very good friends with Mr. Latus. Mr. Latus was always a gentleman, never angry. We got along quite well. I never dreamed something like this would happen. The Guitar Serenade, correct? Yes, the crime followed the lyrics of the song. The theft of the keyring, the burning guitar, and the bullet. This is why it could not have been me. I, that is he, could not have done it. This probably isn't important. By could not have done it, you mean... It is very simple. Mahi could not have done all the things that happened that day. For all those things followed the song lyrics closely. Because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. I feel like this is going to be what we have to look at. Wouldn't it be difficult for him to perform without knowing the meaning of the lyrics? He did know what the song was about, its mood, shall we say. This was enough to play by. I told him it was a song about a guitar in love. It's not actually the guitar that's in love, strictly speaking. Oh, perhaps I misunderstood. No, not really. Yours is also a valid interpretation. Okay. No, it is my fault. I am too used to singing it in Borginian. It is much easier than trying to understand these English lyrics. Yay, I knew he was innocent! I believe he is too, Trucy. I do. What's wrong, Apollo? You got a tummy ache or something? Something's hidden in that testimony. If it's the truth, I'll find it. Let me see, who's... I wonder who's... Who should I be looking at for the tell? Oh, wait! I think I saw it. His eyes got shifty at that one point. Yeah. Gotcha. Mai. You can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment Lamoros said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. He does know English, doesn't he? Mahi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you? What are you saying? Of course he can't. Must he continue this charade? Mr. Justice, Mahi says this. I know the word English. Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language, that is all. What? Give me a break. Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance? Well, yeah, but... I'm sorry, but he truly does not understand your language. Well then, explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics? Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple. So simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper. The newspaper? The Borginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in the country these days, you know. They have already begun to report about this case in our homeland. I was right. Because we already saw this part. It doesn't mention the lyrics. What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes, they're quite fierce all of a sudden. Mahi's lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he's lying. I have here a Borginian newspaper. The Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Maki? He realizes. That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics. What? What is this all about? I'm sorry, Mahi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper. What does this mean? But I don't see how it's possible. Oh, I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes. Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself. So the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less. The witness will explain himself. He says... Yes? It is true I read the newspaper. But this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember. You remember... He says he heard of the lyrics from me. What?! Is this true, Lamora? Yes. I'm afraid I'd forgotten it myself. Then it looks like Herr Forehead's been jumping to conclusions again. Or is she again lying to protect him? No, I was onto something, I know it. I can't let this chance slip away. Time is an issue today, Mr. Justice. Are you finished with the cross-examination? What are you gonna do, Apollo? If I'm gonna keep on cross-examining, I better have an angle of attack. Or else. My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue. If you must, you must. Very well. Witness? I understand. It was I who explained that the crime followed the song. Exactly how much did you explain to Mahi? Ah, this is a question for me, yes? This interpretation thing's getting old fast. I told him that Mr. Latouche had been killed and why he was a suspect. And I told him the crimes of that day followed my song. Did you mention any particular words of the song relating to the case, such as heart? Yes, of course I explained this. He was quite surprised. Wait, this was after he was killed, though. Yay, I knew he was innocent! I believe he is too, Trucy, I do. Okay, this is the same. Not really seeing anything this time. Oh, I wondered, is... She did that thing with her neck again.
Gotcha!
Lamara, I'm currently cross-examining Mahi. Why should you be uncertain? Me? Uncertain? Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court. It was I who explained. I see there is little point in trying to hide anything from you. Lamara, are you indeed protecting someone? That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself. Then allow me to answer for you. Lamara, you're protecting, well... Obviously. You're protecting Mahi. That's why you lied and told us that you explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Mahi, I believe you didn't do it, really. I trust you. But you've lied to us twice. And now you have Lamara lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me, too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English. You have to. Yeah. Witness, is this true? Do you understand English? Yes, a little only. What? First he could see, now he can talk. And you did not know about this, Lamara? No, I did not. It is quite a surprise. How many secrets is this witness hiding? This is last. Mahi, could you tell us what really happened? No shooting. I did no shooting. So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard the 2 gunshots, correct? Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room, behind desk. Manager, he on floor. Which would be after the shooting, right? Then there was voice. Voice? Or voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo? So when Mahi went into the dressing room, Mr. Latouche had already been shot. And then we came to the door. Panel high up. I take off. Run away! Run away! So it was you who escaped through that air vent. As the prosecution has held all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession? No, he's clearly denied that he did it. No shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor. The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter. This isn't looking good. Does the defendant have anything to say to this? He's clammed up, Apollo. Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness? Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait, no, of course there is. What is this cocoon, anyway? Now we're gonna get into this. The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure. A cure? Well, Mai, are you a smuggler? He won't tell me. That cocoon has to have something to do with this. Mai, please tell us the truth, for your own sake. No. No more speak. Not to any of you. So much for your precious trust here, Forehead. Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. It does seem the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we're likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant, so we might proceed. Now what? Apollo Eustace? That's Justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some. Believe, I know shooting. Mai claims Mr. Latouche was already down on the ground when he entered the room. Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it. Suddenly, I hear revolver. Close. Very close. Then I hear voice. You heard gunshots? Yes, it's true. I hear revolver, but only sound. Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Latouche already dead, and then you heard shots? If that's true... So you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots? And you escaped through the air vent? That was Apollo. I know. Huh? What do you know? I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area. Is that what he means? Hey, he's right! Look, Apollo! Huh? Oh, yeah. But how'd you know it was connected like that? Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something. I hear this from Magician. Magician? Yeah, you mean, don't look at me! No, he's talking about Valen. Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Mahi didn't shoot Mr. Latouche. Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then he heard the shots? That one's gonna go over well in court. Not. Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says. Even lies. That's what Daddy always told me. Phoenix, really? I'll just pretend you misheard him. Every time. So, what do we do? You sure you won't testify, Mahi? No talking. No. Yeah, he probably knows we're gonna grill him on the cocoon and the smuggling and everything, and if that gets out, then if he can't go back to Borginia, then they're gonna put him to death, basically. Well, it was worth a shot. That cocoon. Yep, exact. Of course, he's scared. I guess we'll just have to try a different approach. That's the spirit, Apollo. So what's your plan? If Mahi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify. Someone else? I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there. Right. This sounds like a perfect time for a quick break. I will see you in just a few minutes.